So it is my birthday month,
Woo!
and we established there is a rule of birthday. Let's lay out the rule of birthday for everyone listening. The rule of birthday month is you get one unvetoable movie choice, and you don't have to tell anyone until the moment we are watching it what the movie is.
Yes.
So, we have Netflix open right now, and we are searching for a movie that is the culmination of several arcs of this show. So, you're going to search for Girl on the Third Floor.
Oh, there we are.
Movie starring a professional wrestler
Okay.
and about a house that's fucking with people.
Oh, all right. Hitting all the beats.
That's my birthday choice.
In the 2020s, a pandemic crippled the world. Some panicked, some denied it. These two guys stayed home, drank, and watched movies. These are the Jaymeson tapes.
Open my eyes, what do you see? This house is fucking killing me. Hi, everybody. The joke is that CM Punk's entrance theme is the song Cult of Personality.
Oh,
How's
is
everyone
it?
doing?
Nice.
Yeah. How's everyone doing? This is the Jaymeson tapes, a show where we drink and watch movies. And this movie had kind of an anti-drinking theme to it. So let's celebrate that by, I'm going to drop a shot of this Evan Williams honey into this, let me check, Palisade Peach Light Peach Wheat Beer.
Peach wheat. And I'm gonna do some gin and follow it up with this hard seltzer.
All right, sink it and drink it.
Woo!
Ah.
All right.
Ceremonial burps.
Yes.
Signal the beginning.
Oh, so I want to say it was the last episode where I was like, man, fuck hard seltzers. I ain't even about that. And then between then and now, I'm like, you know what? 95 calories isn't bad.
Yeah. Hey everyone, we're getting old.
Yeah.
We have to start looking at nutrition facts on things before we eat them.
I really genuinely want to age gracefully. And a lot of that is just, admitting things. And it's admitting that, you know what? You can still drink and have fun, but you can't be pounding 15% Imperial Russian stouts all the time. Because your body just can't take that anymore. Abysmii, you can't do that.
So, we watched a movie.
We did. It was your birthday choice.
It was my birthday choice, and it wasn't Kazam. No, instead I chose a film that, as you're going to hear in the you probably had a pre-roll intro for this, for the reveal.
Yeah.
It is a movie I feel completes an arc of this show, because not only is it a movie starring a pro wrestler, it also is about a house that's fucking with the protagonist of the film.
Yes.
We would always talk about black mold and stuff and radon, and it's about a home being renovated. So it ties into those themes we've brought up in the past several times. The movie we watched is called The Girl on the Third Floor, and it stars Phil CM Punk Brooks, who, as of this recording, is involved in a little controversy in the wrestling world, but we're not going to get into it.
Nah, no, not that time or place.
It is not relevant to what we are doing. What we are doing is we watched a horror movie that I'm going to say was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around what I want to say. Have you seen any of American Horror Story?
I actually have not.
So the first season, which is very much them getting their feet wet, has a lot of parallels, I would say. It is about a house, and it's about a couple moving in, and the wife is pregnant, and just kind of weird. American Horror Story really should just be called Erotic Horror Stories, because that's what pretty much all of it is, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But this definitely is very much an erotic horror story. So
Yes.
there are, and I count this as a plus, there's no like real emphasis on jump scares. There's not a lot of claustrophobic scenes. A lot of attention is paid to imagery, and a lot of the themes are very subtly, except maybe not so much towards the end, it played out for you in images and dialogue and just little things like that. And I appreciate movies like this, even if it isn't like my favorite thing. This is a quality film, in my opinion.
Yeah, I will say there are moments they could have done without, but any movie's going to have those.
Sure.
This is very clearly not a movie that had a huge budget.
But you didn't really need it, though.
Yeah, it is a character study. And something that should be more on the nose, but just works, is like your main character in a haunted movie is sexually frustrated, and then the house starts leaking cum.
So, is the plumbing just full of cum and anal beads? Is that what I'm getting? I was very triggered by this movie. Not so much by the toxic masculinity that is thrown back in the protag's face, which is great. Thank you for that. But as a new homeowner who had to go through a lot of renovations, watching someone who is like purposefully portrayed as inept and in over his head just do all that wrong is the real horror for me. Of like, oh look, what looks like black mold. I think I'll punch that and put my fist into it. I'm gonna replace drywall and all this shit without a mask, and I'm not gonna have any help. And oh my god, anyone who's done construction would just like be banging their head on the wall at this fucking movie. But again, that's the point. This dude is incompetent. Did you even bother to? Oh my god. Oh, I can't. I gotta stop. I gotta stop applying renovation brain to this movie. Kill me. There's just so many red flags. He's like painting the walls when he's gonna have to rip them up anyway for electrical. His plumbing's fucked. There's structural issues. His dog's laughing at him. Your dumbasses didn't do an inspection.
I think kind of the point is he feels like he can do this on his own.
Yeah. No,
like
100%.
He's compensating.
Yeah. He's so overly confident. In fact, she even said a man who never second guesses himself, which is clearly a character flaw. He is overconfident, he is wrong, and he refuses to be told no. So it plays into the character well.
And I'm just gonna get this out of the way as the pro wrestling guy. CM Punk's a pretty good fucking actor.
Yeah, this is one of those things where I'm like, I want to see you in other movies playing other roles. I want to see the actual scope and range of your acting, because he is the focus of this movie for like what 80% of it, and he like does not miss a beat. Maybe there was a line here and there that could have been, you know, maybe a little bit better delivered, but that could not even it could like that could have been just like they chose the wrong take. Who knows? Like I thought all of his acting was good.
It's funny you should mention that. He said the CM Punk said his favorite thing about being in a film as opposed to being a wrestler is he was like flabbergasted at the idea of getting to do more takes of things. Because I mean, when you're performing live, that's it.
I think this is another movie where we do not have to do the plot beat by beat, because it's very, I don't want to say simplistic, but it's bare bones, and that's fine.
And because we recommend the movie, I'd say give it a watch. It is on Netflix.
Yes.
It never got a wide release. I think it was just released on Netflix. So everyone check it out on Netflix. Girl on the Third Floor.
Mm-hmm. The plot is man goes to fix up house. He acts badly, and his pregnant wife comes in later. That's really all the plot you need to know. But the themes we can discuss in better detail.
CM Punk is pretty famously edge, and he is portraying a character who was supposed to have quit drinking for the sake of his new family he is trying to start. But as he is renovating this house, he knocks back quite a few beverages. CM Punk is famously straight edge in real life. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He did not even take painkillers when he was recovering from cracking his skull. Oh yeah, and I think they did cover up. He has knuckle tattoos that say drug-free.
And it's interesting because we never see him acting drunk because I don't think he knows how to do that. He wakes up hungover, but it's like, oh, we were at the bar and we did a bunch of stuff that was off camera. And it's like, okay, yeah, no, you don't know how to be drunk because you've never been.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Maybe he's playing someone who knows how to handle his shit, but...
Which is fine. That's not important, but it's just a funny note.
He also gets high at one point and doesn't know how to portray that.
You're right.
Now that I remember. So it's a story about a guy who is kind of a piece of shit, but trying to get his life together, but kind of doesn't actually want to get his life together.
He wants to do it himself. And there's a lot of themes here, but this one in particular is someone has done bad things and they want to make amends for that, or they want to be better. And this is a very common, relatable thing of, that's cool, you can't do this alone. And that right there is a very, very hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. And not even just people who have acted poorly in the past and want to make up for what they've done. Like, if you need help in any, and I'm speaking personally, like if you need help with whatever you know in your life.
Yeah, a not obvious theme of this movie is, hey guys, everyone, get therapy.
Get therapy. I know there's been a lot of strides in trying to erase that stigma, but really, to improve yourself is a monumental task because you are hindered by yourself and your habits and your thought patterns. You need other people to help you, and that is not a bad thing, but our character thinks that he can just do it himself. And it's revealed later, spoilers, that he defrauded a client out of their retirement fund. And
defrauded several clients.
And like basically nearly just escaped white collar prison. But anyway, like he wants to renovate this house himself. He doesn't want help. He only calls upon his friend for a short weekend. He is woefully unprepared and inexperienced and pays for it. And he's unfaithful and all these things. And it takes the house literally shoving marbles up his body to be like, no, dude, you fucked up and you're irredeemable, because he refused to admit that you need help.
The house, the point is made later in the film that it's about choice. And there is a point where basically the house gives him a choice to make.
True.
And he chooses poorly.
And then it offers him the same thing to be like, hey, and he's like, well, okay, that was a mistake. And it's like, no, dude, this is your umpteenth mistake. You don't get to keep saying this. And then it capitalizes on that.
There is that point where it's like it's almost giving him a second chance to choose again. And then hammer.
Well, and like at any point in time, and I have to say it this way, he could have given up. And by given up, I mean admitted, I cannot do this on my own. I need help. I need to go back to my pregnant wife. I need to hire some people. Like, this is beyond the scope of my abilities. And there is nothing wrong with that. Like, that is the mature adult thing to do, but toxic masculinity, which is a big part of this fucking movie. Is like,
toxic masculinity and get therapy are the themes of this film.
There's two really big themes of empower and control. That's in there too. But I would say like the real compelling ones are, you know, hey, being a big, strong man is not being stupid. And as a society, we really need to get over that. And I really appreciate that this movie addresses that in a very compelling way.
Yeah, if I had to say one thing about the movie that disappointed me, is it brought up that there is an erotic pottery class, and then it did not deliver on showing us the erotic pottery class.
I will say my favorite parts of the movie are probably just whenever he goes to the bar/tiny bowling alley. The first time he goes, because the first night he is not making enough progress at all because he doesn't want to admit that he's fucking dumb and he doesn't know what he's doing. So he goes to the bar and the owner/bartender is like, "You queer?" He's like, "No, I'm married and I'm having a kid." "Oh, there's nothing wrong with it, but that house hates straight people." "Only gay people buy Victorian houses anymore." I love this premise. A man moves into anti-straight house. That's awesome. "I'm not gay. And I kind of wish that was more of the movie, but I realize now that that's a different movie. Like that's entirely different. It's not. It's almost kind of misleading, but it's not what the focus of this film is. But you know, I know Sade said there's a doujin out there that addresses this, but someone make that movie because that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, someone make This House Hates Straight People.
Oh, and then the second time he goes back with his friend, quote unquote friend, I think it's more like former coworker that he's cajoled into helping him, who is my favorite character, but I'll get into that. But basically they go back to the bar and the coworker who's single is like, hey, any, you know, women I can talk to? Well, Glenda's going to be around. She holds an erotic pottery class. And I do love that he says, look, people move to the suburbs to either start a family or they're giant assholes. And I feel very targeted by that because I don't consider myself to be a giant asshole. Maybe I am, I don't know. But I'm also not starting a family and my ass moved to the suburbs. So what the fuck?
Right. One thing I will say for this movie is as we watch the credits, I realized that the VFX team in this movie was like 5 people.
Yeah. And good on them.
The effects in this movie are used sparingly in a good way.
Yes.
But when they happen, they are done really, really well.
They're very, I wouldn't say subtle, but they're underplayed, and that is understated, which is good.
And from what I could see, all practical.
Yeah.
So,
no, I think you're right. I think they were all practical, and
there might have been a CG marble or two that
Sure.
we missed,
but if it was not noticeable.
Yeah.
But like you said, low budget movie, but didn't
need any more.
Didn't need to be a big budget movie. This movie falls into the category of, like, I don't want to say, I guess indie horror, but like if you got Netflix money, are you really indie? I don't know. I don't care. But smaller scope horror that is meaningful and effective. And
this is kind of from the era where you could make a movie and then it wasn't like Netflix budget.
Yeah.
You could like make a kind and then be like, hey, Netflix, we made a movie.
Sure. Yeah. I've been really in later years just more attracted to this type of movie. Is much more appealing to me, of just a kind of a small team of very passionate people making a thing and being lucky enough, because it is luck, to have made it in front of my eyes. And I'd really try to find more of this stuff because not everyone can be Jordan Peele. And I love Jordan Peele's movies, but that shoe, why did it stand up? No, I want other, smaller creators who are not.
This will be out a few months from now. Everyone will see it by then.
That's not even a spoiler, but it's nice to see that there's still like passionate small teams making things. I really appreciate that because they offer a perspective that just big studios often gloss over.
Punk I know is a horror guy.
Oh, okay.
Like specifically his dog. He has a dog named Larry, who's named after Larry Talbot from The Wolfman.
Are you sure it's not Larry from Batman? Are we sure?
I'm positive. But did this movie have a Larry? It didn't need a Larry, but does it have a Larry?
I would say that
I would give my Larry award to the bartender at the bowling alley.
Yeah, I just don't think he has enough scenes to warrant it. He doesn't have enough involvement in the movie. I was gonna give it to the pastor, but she pulls some bullshit boomer logic of, man, well, I could have warned you and probably saved you in your marriage, but life has another way.
Without spoiling too much, because I want people to see this movie.
Yeah.
The weakness of the pastor character, who always has bourbon. The pastor shows up at the beginning with bourbon, and every time she knocks on the door from then on, one of us was like, bourbon?
Where have you been all my life? No one just came up to me and was like, you're bourbon. Bourbon? Bourbon?
Next time she shows up, the door just open and she just flings a glass of bourbon into your face.
Not even her. If anyone knocked on the door, we were like, bourbon?
The where the pastor character fell apart for us at the end was, and hey, horror movies, maybe it's an us thing because we know horror well enough.
Yeah.
But you need to stop explaining your plot to us.
You need to stop doing exposition dumps at the final act to like clue in your audience.
It is much better if we walked away and were able to just like think about it for ourselves and come to our own conclusions.
Yeah.
Because this movie at the end dumps a bunch of stuff on us that like we got.
Yeah. It was very obvious.
We figured it out. We had pieced it together ourselves.
I always think this is like studio meddling of like, well, what if, the test screening didn't go well? People didn't get the ending. And, I rarely walk away from a film and be like, I understand everything about it. I have to let it like sit and saturate in my brain for a bit and then think about it later. And that's a good thing. Like, stop talking down to your audience as if they're stupid, because most people, a lot of people are dumb, but like, just let people mull things over. It's okay.
On the other hand, Logan Paul.
Well, okay, there is no helping people like Logan Paul.
Yeah, but there are. Okay, we're gonna talk about Nope.
Yeah,
there were a lot of reviews I saw for Nope where people didn't like piece together, without giving away too much, one part of the movie that is seemingly dissonant from another part of the movie that completely works if you think about it.
If you think
those parts of the movie go together,
and it
does not spell it. Nope does not spell it out for you how those parts of the movie go together, but they do go together. Yes, we can also make the argument that I guess some people do need this shit spelled out for them.
Here's the thing: it doesn't matter though, because like, okay, I saw Barbarian, and go see Barbarian. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I went to Rotten Tomatoes afterwards to see how people were receiving this, and exactly as I thought it would play out. Half the people go, "This is fucking awesome," and half the people go, "This is dumb. What a waste of time and money." Blah 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 blah, and like clearly have not sat down and just thought about the movie and processed it. Because I've seen movies that I have not really I've not really jived with, and then a day later I'm like, you know what? Actually, again, I've let this mull over in my mind, and I kind of get it. It's making me think about things. Movies are a lot to take in. It's a lot of information. It's an hour and a half bare minimum, or maybe 80 minutes bare minimum, of themes and dialogue and scenes and actors and effects and all this stuff. The human brain needs time to process these things. So, these hot takes that Logan Paul do on the heels of a movie, it's like, dude, shut the fuck up and go to bed, and then wake up and then tweet at me.
It's also maybe a difference of taste.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about taste in film, in taste of how you consume film.
Yeah. Because
I love a movie that I'm thinking about 3 days after I watch it.
Same.
And maybe, and this is an entirely respectful way to feel, maybe not everyone feels that way.
One of the things I saw was Barbarian's not good because it sacrifices blank as opposed to just being an entertaining movie. And of course, entertainment is a subjective quality. But yes, there are people who go to films and they expect a certain product and they want it delivered to them. They don't want something else.
Okay. You know what?
Fine.
I'm on both sides of this argument.
Sure.
Because I'm someone who I can sit down and watch a new MCU movie and be fine.
Yeah.
I can watch a movie that's a 5-star steak dinner. And I can watch a movie that is a potato chips.
Fucking McDonald's.
And both, as a fan of the MCU, it's McDonald's. It's for sure McDonald's. But I like McDonald's.
I cave to McDonald's on occasion. That's why it's there.
Yeah.
But if we want to pivot to Prey for a little bit, I read some of the reviews for Prey, and there are people out there who have not seen the movie and are just determined to just review bomb it for no fucking reason. So it does not matter if you put in your movie exposition dumps to say hey audience, this is what we were going for. It does not matter, because there are people out there who will just hate it for the sake of hating it. And at the end of the day, make your art, display your message, man.
To say there is moments near the end of the movie where it outright explains to us what we just saw, and it's
thanks. Thank you for taking up 2 minutes of my time.
That's maybe this movie's biggest weakness.
And again, is that their fault, or is that the studio going, nope, you got to put this in? I don't know. Don't know. It wasn't there, but yeah.
One thing that I will say is not a weakness. I love it every time this happens. This movie has an ooh-ah ending.
It has a lot of, like, whenever CM Punk is listening to music, it is like hard rock or like new metal. And it is, I mean, we are the target audience for that. But yeah, no, it's great. Like, there's a point, and like, I can't pretend that I didn't like do work on my house without listening to metal, but there is just something funny of someone like opening up the bottom of their sink and trying to replace a pipe and just putting on fucking hard metal or hard rock. Oh man, that just looks embarrassing from the outside.
I specifically meant the ooh ah 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 ending. It's a thing horror does a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, the plot has resolved essentially, and there's just like one moment of the end, but also one last spooky thing.
Which, are you getting people hyped for the end credits? Are they supposed to go out on a, shallow adrenaline rush? I guess? I don't know. Like, even fucking roller coasters, like, they just come to a complete stop. That's okay. Yeah. I don't know why this is still needed.
I don't know. I kind of love it.
No, I know. Sorry. I love it. I love it for the trope. I am just curious.
I was talking to you at one point. We were watching movies this weekend, and I mentioned Ghost Ship. And Ghost Ship 100% has that moment.
Oh yeah.
That, like, the plot is resolved, but then the movie ends and has this ending that's like, but also more spooky shit. And then it specifically plays the song "Not Falling" by Mudvayne. Mudvayne.
No, I'm not. We're not gonna watch Mudvayne. Mudvayne. Fuck. We're not gonna watch Ghost. We're not going to watch Ghost Ship for the Jaymeson tapes, but Ghost Ship, everyone universally agrees, has one great scene, and the rest of it is just entertaining garbage. But I love that. Everyone I've ever talked to is like, Ghost Ship? Oh yeah, that one scene. Yeah.
No, Ghost Sheep. Oh, we've been drinking, ladies and gentlemen.
You got to stream after this.
I do. Ghost Ship. Ghost Ship has one scene that's like perfect.
Yeah. Artfully done.
Ghost Ship is one perfect scene with a bunch of bullshit around it.
Yeah. They sunk all their effort into that one scene. Like someone had an idea and they're like, I gotta make a movie around this scene. Ghost Ship. Yeah, that'll sell.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Girl on the Third Floor.
Wow, yeah, tangent. But again, we didn't want to. I want people to watch this.
Yeah.
And I want people to understand the kind of category of horror movie that it falls into.
Don't listen to the next 15 seconds if you don't want a spoiler, because we are going to spoil one thing.
True.
Kill the dog.
Wasn't happy about that.
There is a dog named Cooper, and he is the best. And he tries to stop infidelity.
Fails because he's a dog. I will say, I don't like the ending of this movie very much. I feel like lessons are learned and then they're not. I won against the house and I'm gonna move back into it. Just show it what's what. No, just don't be there. You remove yourself from the entire fucking situation. I think that would have been better for her character and everything. But again, it just feels like studio meddling. Like the end is just like, well, have this exposition dump and make sure he's in the end of the movie because, set up for a sequel or some fucking bullshit. I don't know.
I think it was spoiler warning, everybody. I think it was less set up the sequel. I think it was more like setting up the cycle.
Maybe
probably too drunk to get into the cycle of abuse.
But he did it to himself.
But he gave the marble to the daughter the same way the plague mask guy gave to the whorehouse baby.
You're right. This goes into so much potential speculation that it's like, yeah, but was it in the movie and does it help the themes? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to comment on that.
Everyone watch this movie and get in the comments with us.
Yeah. No, tell us about the ending if you think it's validated or earned or not.
It's definitely an ooh-ah ending.
In what, 2019?
Yep.
I'm glad we're still doing it.
Yep, I'm happy it's there. So I will say all of what I consider to be this movie's weaknesses happen at the end, because there is kind of a doofy zoom in scene in the
Sink.
Milo dead in the wall.
Oh, that was just funny though. That was good.
I'd say maybe my favorite scene is when he's pounding on the wall with the hammer and the house is just like spitting fluids.
Orgasming over and over again. He's just pounding the house from behind. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, hey, do you have a spider room moment?
Do I have a spider room moment? I don't think so. I don't think anything was just so what the fuck in this movie. Like there were especially scenes with the bartender were definitely a little bit just kind of like, but nothing that was I think this movie was well written. I think it was very competent in what it wanted to tell as far as the story. So for me, no, I don't think I have a spider room moment.
I have a spider room arc for this film, which is the fake user interface on his phone.
That was pretty good. That wasn't as good as Search, but that was pretty good.
Yes, including the porn site.
Daddy Master.
Daddy Master, he visits. Daddy Master is my spider room moment.
That was good. That was good.
That he visits during the sexual frustration arc of the film, in which again the house leaks cum. It blasts cum on him from the shower head at one point.
Oh, it blasts so many substances on him just over and over again. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's my spider room moment for sure.
Fair enough.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about? Hang on, let me look through the notes.
Well, we need to come up with a drink, but before we do that, I do want to say my favorite note from Sade is, dead girl popped out of the dresser. He gets raped by marbles.
Yes.
I'm not going to give any context to that. It's just a funny thing to read.
No. Okay. There's a spider room moment we are looking over that is important and we have not talked about.
Oh, shit.
And I want to talk about it.
What is
when
it?
He puts a marble in his mouth and swallows it.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck? That's never addressed later. I even said it like on recording. Are we going to talk about the fact that he swallowed a goddamn marble? So did the dog. Are they ghost marbles?
Yeah.
They don't matter?
Okay, everyone, throughout the film, and it is explained.
Yes.
There are marbles that roll around throughout the house when ghost shit is happening.
I thought they were anal.
But at one point, Don, CM Punk, has some cum drips on his face. And then he wakes up, and instead of the cum drip, there is a solid, clear marble. And he picks it up and is like, huh, and then goes downstairs, because I think someone's knocking on the door.
Yeah.
I don't know, might be Bourbon. Anyway, he walks downstairs and just puts the marble in his mouth and swallows it.
Almost like in a hypnotic trance, but it's not him drinking the Kool-Aid, because that doesn't happen until later. Like, that's just a thing. It's just there.
It is obvious a metaphor as I'm thinking. Is it just like, is he a dog? Is it calling men dogs?
The movie does say that, and granted this is from a biased, ghost perspective of men, all they care about is power and consummation and whatever. I don't know if it is like there's a missing scene where they talk about that more, because he just does that and then the movie continues.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But no, CM Punk in this movie just eats a marble and it is never addressed again.
And then he has marbles like going up his skin and into his body, and like that's painful. I'm like, motherfucker, you swallowed one. It's traveling through your small intestine as we speak. What?
Yeah, I'm glad I remembered that, because that is 100% my actual spider room.
You're right. It does mine too. I'm just, wait, what? But this movie was interesting enough to where I just forgot about that entirely, which is, to its benefit. So what cocktail do we make out of this?
Gotta look like cum.
It's gotta look like cum, and it's gotta be reminiscent of the 40s.
The 40s cum cocktail.
The 40s cum tail. Maybe like a lemon drop. It's kind of got a cloudy look to it.
Oh, no, wait. Nope. Brain. You know what else looks like cum? An egg white.
Oh, you're right.
I think this needs to be a sour.
Okay. Frothy.
Frothy. Okay. Yes. I have it. We've got this one fast. I think it's a bourbon sour.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, total.
So get a good bourbon, lemon juice, simple syrup, I'm also just gonna, for the sake of difference, say let's get a little orange juice going in here.
Yeah, a little bit.
And yeah, you're gonna shake an egg white with that to make it frothy and jizzy.
Pretty much.
And what's our garnish?
I mean, normally it would be an orange slice, but I think we have to have something a bit more outlandish.
Yeah, swallow it with a marble. No, don't do that.
No.
Don't actually do that. It is the position of this podcast that you should not swallow marbles.
Don't put marbles up your nose. It's a deep cut. Yeah, no, the garnish really has to be a statement.
Garnish with drywall. No, don't do that either.
Punch whatever wall you're next to and get a shard of drywall. Grapes instead of marbles. Yeah, I was thinking like cherries. This is what Sade's saying. Get that like that very class. Ooh, boba. Yeah,
boba in a sour.
Get like either like a toothpick, or get that fucking like plastic sword thing you get like in, you know, old ass bars. Put some boba on that. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Boba in a sour sounds ridiculous, and I want it.
Yeah, no, I would try that.
Yeah, and I think that's how we make our cocktail different enough to. What are we calling this one?
Want to incorporate like, because his name is Dawn.
Marble. Or no.
It's okay. It's a bourbon sour. Girl on the third floor.
Why is this the hard part?
Why is this hard? Well, you know, the title is not very conducive to a cocktail name.
Yeah.
Could just call it the King Dawn Sour.
Yeah. The King Dawn Sour.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling it.
They mock him, calling him King Dawn, and it's not like it's a derogatory thing they're doing because of how much he fucked up, and he is a giant fuck up.
Oh yeah, he is absolutely an enormous fuck up. I like, the King Dawn Sour.
All right.
It is a bourbon sour shaken with an egg white and with boba.
3 little things of boba skewered in there. Oh, I love it. I would totally try that.
I would give this a try. Anyway, I guess that's going to be an episode.
I think so.
Happy birthday to me.
Woo, happy
this is
birthday.
Not being released on my birthday, but we watched it on my birthday month.
Yeah.
So, hey, if you like what we're doing here on this show, leave us a comment, leave us a like, subscribe to the Creative Horror Network YouTube channel, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts where we also post this podcast.
Yeah.
Shoot us a review on there. Leave us a comment. Engage. Ask us stuff that we can maybe answer in a chaser. Tell us how handsome we are.
We're pretty active in the Discord as well for patrons. People ask us a lot of questions, a lot of movie recs. So
yes,
we're there.
Subscribe to the Creative Horror Patreon, and you can come bother us.
Yeah.
It's never a bother, actually. It's not a bother.
It's cool.
We are always in the Discord talking about what we're drinking.
The Discord is half movie discussion, half our personal drink diaries.
Hey, did we say what we were drinking for this episode?
You did. I didn't elaborate. I'm drinking. I said a hard seltzer. It's specifically Flying Embers, which is it's a California distillery. Specifically, they make seltzers, kombucha, and these fucking mojitos that destroy me on a molecular level. But most importantly, a portion of their proceeds goes to firefighters and the California wildfire action teams, which is really important to me. So if you can, check their stuff out.
I think I mentioned the beer. I don't think I mentioned at the top of the show that I am also eating moonshine peaches.
So you're doing that, and not only are you doing that, you did it during the recording, and we were like watching the movie. Then suddenly, all I heard in your ear was "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" I was like, "Are you all right?" You described it as peaches, and then burning.
Yeah, I just did another one, and goddamn, Old Smoky Moonshine. They do a line. I know we're supposed to be ending this episode, but they do a line of basically moonshine with stuff soaking in it.
Yeah.
And they do pickles, which I'm going to try next time. They do moonshine pickles. They do moonshine peaches. They do moonshine cherries. And what I was actually out to get was, it's not mixed, but they do a banana cream pie moonshine.
Damn.
And that's what I was out to get. It's not what I ended up getting. I'm 6 beers deep, and I've had like 4 moonshine peaches. But I went with a peach theme for this episode.
Sounds
no
good.
reason.
No, I mean, my favorite wine is, like, out of the meat is fucking peach wine, because on a hot summer's day, you can just drink that entire fucking bottle. Hell yeah.
Anyway, that's our show.
That's our show. Bye.
Bye.
The Jaymeson Tapes is hosted and created by Alan Cheney and Abysmii. If you have a movie suggestion for the podcast, please leave a comment, message us on the Creative Horror Discord, or tweet at Creative Horror with the hashtag Jaymeson Tapes. Creative Horror is a network of creators working together to build a constructive community of horror fans. Please visit us at creativehorror.com.